I challenge you.
Is there anything else I can help you with, or?
No, sir. You know what? You're great at listening, but you have absolutely zero to say to all these people who are victims of your company. But yet you're the director of operations. How can it be you have so little to say?
Is there anything else I can help you with, Mr. Paisola?
Ladies and gentlemen, do you get what's going on? Do you see what's happening? How else can I help you, sir? The next thing he's going to do is hang up on us. Just like they hang up on you. But you'll receive calls over and over and over and over and over. Just sat there and bared her soul and said, I cannot handle this. Do we hear any response at all? He didn't even acknowledge her saying, I cease and desist you.
Mr. Paisola?
Yes.
Do you need me on this call any longer, or?
Do you understand what your debtor... Do you understand what your debtor has just said to you? Yes or no?
Of course, sir. That's exactly why I said, which numbers would you like me to?
I don't ever want you to call me again, ever.
Okay. Every single number that you have in your system, remove immediately. Are you clear of that? Remove as not active.
Perfect.
Okay? The address that you have for her, remove and return. The address, she's not to receive any letters, effective immediately.
And the bank account.
Any information you have on her bank account is to be immediately destroyed.
Okay. Anything else?
If you want to file a lawsuit, go for it. Because we would love... I said, let me say it again. If you want to file a lawsuit against this lady, go for it. Because the recordings that you will hear around the world will blow your mind at what your staff has done. This is absolutely something that is intolerable. And the fact is that they've suppressed you, the director of collections, to even deal with us. Somebody's scared somewhere. You know, I don't think you guys quite get it. Go to Google and type in nationwide credit and look what comes up.
Oh, it's horrible.
How many of these videos do you have to watch as the director of operations before you get that the law is being broken? How many federal lawsuits do you have to have? How many class action lawsuits, how many class action lawsuit attorneys have to watch these videos before they step in and Congress legislates you nationwide as they've done in the past? Those are my questions for you that you asked me the questions. What else do I have? So I would like some kind of an answer.
I can have a member of our senior management team give you a call back in regards to your question, sir.
But yet you can... Laura, what are you feeling right now? Yes, you do need to stay on the phone. That's the answer to my question.
I believe that this is absolutely unbelievable. I believe that anytime you guys feel threatened, that you say, please hold, and then you get one other person that's maybe one level up, and then you do nothing. You do absolutely nothing. Yet you're harassing me and ruining my life, and then you get to go home at night and just hang out. How can you do this to people? How can you sleep at night?
You know what I'm going to do?
You're doing this to people.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do exactly as you've asked. I'm going to make sure you get no more calls at any of those numbers. I'll make sure that you get no more letters at that address, and we'll remove any information in regards to your bank account. Is there anything else that you'd like?
Yeah, what are you going to do about the damages that she suffered because of the illegal conduct of your staff?
I mean, I need some kind of...
No, I know, no. That's a very specific question. He has copies of the tapes too. What are you going to do for her because of the illegal conduct of your staff, sir?
I know for a fact you're not allowed to call me at work. I know.
No. Hang on. I asked you a question. You've already told him not to call you at work. You told the collector they did it. That's a violation. The question is, again, for the third time, what are you going to do as the director of operations at Nationwide Credit because of the illegal conduct of your staff against this debtor?
I'm going to pass that question on to a member of our senior management team. Is there a number that I can have them call you back at?
Yeah, and who is that member of the senior management team, sir? Who is that? Who is that? I'm sorry? So in other words, you don't know who you're going to talk to?
You don't know who it is? That's interesting.
You asked if we had questions. That's the question. What are you going to do because of the damage that you've caused this lady? What are you going to do? And how many more of these calls are we going to have? Because we receive lots and lots of email from around the world on this exact issue. So, obviously you're going to do the same. Go ahead.
I'm going to have to put you on hold for just one moment.
I'm sure you are.
This is unbelievable.
How do you feel? How do you feel watching this right now?
Thank you for holding.
They won't even, the director of operations of the entire company doesn't even know who he's going to talk to. You've got a person who is absolutely beside herself. She's very eloquent. She's trying to arrange something. But yet, it takes us to get involved for them to say, oh, we made a mistake. Oops, we're sorry. Westgate Resorts, Tahiti Village, Allied Interstate. Get in line, guys. It's not just nationwide. We're going to legislate you, and this is all going to happen because of legislation. This is no longer to be accepted in America. To the people in the Obama administration, how would you feel if your parents were called, or your daughter was called, and received this type of absolute harassment? How would you feel? That is why we do what we do. Because I truly care. And I cannot stand to see the stench of what they do. Every single time. This call's been going for 46 minutes and 30 seconds, so.
Hi, Janet.
Yes?
I have you on the line here with Mr. Paisola.
Oh, thank you. Is Ms. Yes, I am.
Good afternoon. Janet, what is your last name?
This is Janet DeYoung, and I'm Nationwide Credit's Vice President of Compliance, and I just want to tell you that I think Colin has given assurances that you will receive no more calls as you've requested, and we don't deal with people like Mr. Paisola. Again, we are going to honor your request for no further calls, and we appreciate your notifying us of the request.
Now, what do you mean we don't? Well, what do you mean we don't deal with people like Mr. Paisola, ma'am? Explain to America why you don't deal with people like Mr. Paisola. And that's interesting that you'd say that, because we're the only ones that get your attention.
If you would have anything further to discuss,
oh my God.
Put any kind of concerns in writing to us, we'd appreciate that. But beyond that, as I said, we don't deal with people like Mr. Paisola. Colin, if you want to go ahead and terminate the call, and thank you again very much. We appreciate your call, Ms.
Okay. Go ahead and stay on the line. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a prime example of what we've been talking about. Listen to how the entire call was flipped. At the end, we spoke to Jenny, who was the Vice President of Compliance for the company. Now, as she gets the opportunity to watch these videotapes around the world, and as she gets the chance to listen to what her collectors said, and as she has a chance to hear what went on prior to her involvement in simply saying, we don't deal with people like Mr. Paisola, and then graciously hangs up and instructs our client to just send her a letter. What would you do if you were in that situation? What would you do? Well, we know what we're going to do. This will be a live broadcast, and every single word of this conversation will be released to the international media, especially that last comment from the Director of Compliance. Again, my friends, make no mistake about it. How many of these are you going to see before you finally understand this will be legislated? To our friends in Washington, as they're watching this, this is exactly what we told you. This is what we told you would happen. There you go. There's your proof. To the ACA, this is exactly what we told you would happen. This is what happened. Congratulations. Your account just went back to Phoenix, went to American Express. You just hit the jackpot. But it's unfortunate that you had to use somebody like myself to get that done. Because there are millions of people, if not, I don't know, a lot of people, who don't have that luxury.
Right.
Because they don't deal with people like Mr. Paisola. Boy, that's interesting. For Western Capital, reporting live from Salt Lake City, this is Robert Paisola.
Cash, cold, that's what I need.